too many turnovers. Really couldn't stop them defensively. Yeah, didn't play well enough as a team.
You guys are on pace now for 1,011 rushing yards on the season. Obviously, well, not obviously, that would be a franchise low. Is there something that can be done to address the issue with the run game?
Yeah, we address it every week. We continue to improve it, practice it, but I think more than a run game, I think we need to just move the ball more consistently, especially early in the game. You know, run yards, pass yardage, as long as we move the ball, I mean, I don't care how we get it done. So, obviously, you want to try to establish the run game, but we just need to play better and move it more consistently, specifically early in the game, and then try to do it for 60 minutes, not 20 or 40. That's what we need to do as a total team.
Brian, how disappointing is it that for whatever reasons, the lingering thing, issues from last year, injuries this year, that you just haven't really been able to get either Albert or Jakeem?
That's part of the game. I think we just have to have the next guy or next sets of guys ready to play, which I think from that standpoint we were yesterday. We had both those guys go down, and guys stepped in and played, and we moved the ball later in the game, and injuries are part of the game, and we have to be able to adjust and really move forward.
We saw Taco yesterday for 15 defensive snaps. Did you just want to ease him back in his first game back?
I mean, yeah, pretty much. I would say that's that was the plan. Again, coming off of the injury he had, we wanted to. I don't want to call it a snap count or a pitch count, but wanted to get him back in there, and hopefully he'll play, practice and play a little bit more next week.
Brian, what are the qualities that make Ryan Fitzpatrick such a good runner?
I think he's tough. He's probably a little bit more, has a little bit more speed than people give him credit for. And he, what he does is does a good job, kind of stepping up in the pocket, finding the space, whether it's to his left, to his right. Looks down the field. If he sees space, he takes it, and he's just got a good knack for it. Over the course of his career, I think he understands where there might be some seams and opportunities for him to run the football based on coverage, based on players out on the field, based on how they're rushing them. If the ends are up the field, or a tackle jumps inside, there's a lane for him. I think he kind of has a good feel and understanding of where the space will be.
A lot of this is instinctive, isn't it?
Yeah, I would say he's very instinctive.
Your three new defensive players on the 53 last week, Van Ginkel, Willis, Colbert, all played between 7 and 12 defensive snaps. Anyone in particular of those three who flashed you? Just thoughts on that.
I think it's good for all those guys to get out there and get some snaps, get their first plays as Dolphins under their belt, and each one of them, had good plays and bad plays. Things will get corrected here, or we're getting corrected now, and hopefully they're better next week.
Along those lines, you guys have 16 rookies who have played this season. What do you think that they can take from this year that can help them moving forward?
Well, I think every play is an experience, and I think you learn from every snap you play in this league. You learn about what you can do versus, again, the 100 other variables that go on in a specific play defensively, whether it's, third down to 2 minute to red zone to, man-to-man coverage to zone coverage to, doubles to, if you're a D lineman, getting double teamed or a back block or I think all of those plays, they're good experiences for them, and over time, you get a better feel for what's coming, and hopefully, they can get to a point where they can anticipate a little bit of what's happening or what's going to happen. But I think they're all good experiences for those young guys.
With Davenport and Shaq, what went into the thought process to get them into the starting lineup?
Davenport started last week. Got dinged, kind of made his way back, play. And I thought he played well yesterday. He played better than a week ago. And same with Shaq. Obviously, want to give those guys an opportunity. They'd both practiced well last week, and I think it showed up in the game.
I guess snaps don't mean, or starts, I should say, doesn't mean a lot of running back. Snaps were fairly equal yesterday, Blunt 24, Laird right behind him, Miles at 16. Do you go into this week saying Kalen is our starter, or do you go into this week thinking this is an open competition among all four of our running backs to be our primary running back this Sunday?
I mean, right now, I would say Kalen's the starter. I mean, that's kind of my thought process. Again, that's without, taking a deep dive into, Philly and what they do. But my initial, knowing that this group we're about to face, but again, that's part of this process. It's who we're playing, what the matchups are, what we're going to do offensively. I mean, all of that plays a role into, which back, which group of offensive linemen, which receivers, which tight ends are going to play. So, yes, that's I would say Kalen would be the starter. At the same time, we'll see how this goes. But look, all those guys played yesterday, and I think we could see all of them. We could see majority of one of them. We'll just see how it goes.
Is there a plan, Brian, for moving forward for Josh Rosen? Is there a number of more games you'd like to see him play, just regardless of get out there? Talk about that.
I think every week we're going to try to put the guys we feel are going to help us win the game. So that's how we're going to approach it, as a team, as an organization. So I think Josh has improved on a weekly basis from a practice standpoint. We're seeing some growth, some development. Again, that you guys don't see. And if we feel like he gives us a good opportunity to win, then we'll stick him in there. If we feel like Fitz is the guy, then we'll do that.
Did you grade the run defense yesterday?
Not good enough.
Anything in particular stand out or just reflective?
We got to tackle better. We got to set the edge better. Yeah. Good.
How would you assess how the team has played in the trenches this season?
Up and down, which is a lot of how a lot of things have gone this season. I think you see improvement in spurts. We see good plays in spurts. I don't see the consistency that we need and that you need in this league. So up and down is what I would say, and I think we've tried to talk to the players about that in particular. Playing with more consistency, play to play. Again, regardless of the situation, whether it's after a turnover, on the goal line, third down, whatever the situation is. We've got to do a better job at playing consistently, and we've had a couple instances where we played okay, and others where we haven't.